You know, I often have problems starting a video. I think about what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to come across with it. But today I've got the perfect start. Fuck you, Gaijin. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Demonetize this video, by the way. Fuck you, you bunch of cunts. So, recently there was a change to the economics of War Thunder. And one change I missed was the change to the HE 177, sorry, not 111. They've upped the repair cost of this vehicle significantly. Now, this vehicle used to be around about 10,000 lines to repair. I think it was about 8,000 lines originally to repair. And what this meant is it meant you could actually earn money in this vehicle. You could actually earn lions. I know, it's a really weird idea. In a game where you have to grind a lot, having a vehicle that you could actually earn money with. What a weird thing to do. So let's look at how much money you'd earn on a defeat now if you get shot down. So you'll earn about 31k. That's usually what you'd earn. However, now 26,000 of that goes to repairs. An extra 1,800 goes to the resupply of ammunition and bombs. So you come away with a gross earning of 3,100 credits. 3,191 lions. On a premium account with a 10% bonus, I may add. So, you know, quite a lot of extra bonuses going. Sorry, 15%, not 10%. 15 fucking percent. 15% lines? Yeah, that's it. So what I want to point out today is the hypocrisy and the pay-to-win mechanics of Gaijin. Now, the pay-to-win mechanics have been known for a long time. Let's just look at one of the most, most obvious pay-to-win mechanics there is, and that is the Object 120 and the IS-6. Now, the IS-6 actually received a nerf originally. If you don't know, if you weren't sort of around in the time when this was king, the armour plating on the mantlet was a lot thicker than it should have been. Gaijin made a mistake and sort of made the plating, I think it was around about 2 to 250 millimeters thick. So basically it meant this tank was impossible to penetrate frontally. It was just incredibly overpowered, and this meant that everybody that bought one absolutely ruffle-stomped everybody in it. Let's look at something like the Object 120, a vehicle that is seriously overpowered. Now, people will say, oh, but Scree, it's not that overpowered, it's got really light armour, it's not that good, oh, it's a really bad vehicle. Look at the modifications for this. You get a 152mm arm-piercing fin-stabilised discarding Savo shell with 400mm of penetration, 385 at 500. This will basically penetrate any vehicle in-game. This will penetrate top-tier vehicles without problem. This thing is ludicrously overpowered. The gun is ludicrously accurate. And really, this thing should not be a premium. This thing is just stupid in every respect, and it's a typical Gaijin, showing love to the Russians and making Russian vehicles slightly more powerful, Russian bias, yay. However, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. What I wanted to talk to you about today is the the bias towards bombers. Now, what Gaijin have done is they've made bombers basically impossible to play and use to earn money in, because they don't want you to earn lions. They don't want you to actually be able to earn money in this game or earn research points. They want you to have to use golden eagles to buy them. They want you to buy premium packs. They want you to buy pre-orders. They want you to buy jets that are upcoming so you can grind out that tier 7 jet. You've got to go and buy that brand new jet that's coming out so you can grind out the new ones, because you need to do it, and they're going to have air-to-air missiles, they're going to have everything, they're going to have all the things that you need. Buy them, spend $50 US on them, do it, that's what they scream. Do not fucking do it. Gaijin are ripping you off. Gaijin are screwing you over. Because those planes will not be as good as you expect them to be. Those planes will be the bottom of the barrel. Also, there will be a spam of those planes. There will be a lot of inexperienced players. If you're new to this game, do not buy a high tier pack. Don't do it. You're just going to regret it. Now, the other part of this tangent is bombers. So, things like the BE6, for example, has a 10,000 line repair cost. If we look at the modifications to this and the bomb load, right, the payload for this plane is two 1,500 kilogram bombs. Now these are enough to destroy a base on their own. So if we just take this for a test flight and we load up the heaviest bombs possible, with this plane you'll be able to earn around about 30 to 36,000 lions without a problem. However, the biggest issue is the bomb layout for this plane, because the way the bombs are set, if we just take off, hold on, we have to actually take off in this thing. The way the bombs are set, they don't drop individually, they drop as a pair because they're on the wings. And this kind of balances out the plane, because you have to drop them both on one base, and that's only going to earn you around about 15 to 20,000 lions. Now, of course, you may shoot down a few planes, which is all good, you know, and that's fine. You know, that's okay. If you do that, all good. But what will happen is we'll just get a little bit airborne, drop the bombs. Oh no, they do. Oh wait, this is arcade. Sorry, so they do have individual drop. I forgot to change that. But in realistic battle, they have drop. And that creates problems because, you know, you can't drop on multiple bases. So you lose a bit of money, but it's not too bad. The issue comes with Germany. And the issue comes with the Ju-88C. Gaijin have specifically said they want to remove bombers from this game. They do not like bombers. Bomber gameplay is getting scrubbed out. Basically, if you want to play as a bomber, you can't. The high-end bombers are impossible to play because they simply cost too much money. If we look at something like, a good example is the Tu-4. The Tu-4 has a repair cost of 31,000 lions. You're not going to make that in a game. You're going to lose money every time you fly this plane. America, the B-29, a plane that most people want to fly because it's bloody cool. 31,000 lions. Again, this is something you're going to lose money on. You're going to be facing jets. You're going to lose money on this plane almost every game. The B-24 Liberator is not too bad on lines repairs, but it doesn't carry a very high payload. The same goes for the B-17s. These carry enough to take out about 2 bases, which is enough to sort of earn you around about that 15,000-20,000 lion mark. But they're reasonably okay, but again, you're generally not going to make it to a base. You're going to get shot down because, you know, the way it works. The biggest issue I have at the moment, though, is Gaijin's adding of the Ju-88C. So for 4,800 lions, you can buy this plane. Now, if we take this out for a test flight, and we will change it to realistic battle this time, and we will add the 18,000 kilogram bombs on board. Now, this is enough to take out a base on its own. One of these will take out a base. Now remember, with the other premiums, they're on the wings, so they drop at the same time. With this plane, however, they're in a bomb bay. So you drop them individually. So you can take out 2 bases per run. The other thing about this is it gets a very high spawn point, it's very fast. So you're going to be able to take out those bases with pretty much ease. The other thing that I want to point out, though, the biggest issue is the repair cost. Now, this plane has a similar performance for bomb payload as the HE-177, right? Same BR, right? The only difference is this is a heavy bomber, this is a medium bomber. Look at the repair cost. 11,000 credits, 11,000 lions, compared to almost 30,000. This is pay to win, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pay to win mechanic. This is a pay to win mechanic, because even if you die, if you get shot down after dropping those 2 bombs, you're still going to make around about a 10 to 30k reward every match. This is pay to win. Adding repair cost to balance out a plane simply doesn't work and is absolutely ludicrous. The way Gaijin balance things, and I use the term balance loosely here, is they make things more expensive. If we look at some of the British bombers, for instance, now look at the Lancasters, right? They have $11,810,000 repair costs, right? The Lincoln carries more payload than the HE-177. However, because it's less popular, it doesn't get as much repair cost, even though this plane carries more payload than that plane and will earn you more money. It's ludicrous. It is pay to win at its most basic form. Yes, a premium should be able to net you a little bit more profit, but not over regular tech trees, not over as much, not overtly. This is ludicrous, and this is the kind of mechanic that is costing players. This is the kind of mechanic that is driving players away from this fucking game. Gaijin, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You are ruining this game. And by the way, the inclusion of jets as premiums, we're getting we're getting a Sabre. Japan is basically getting the Sabre. It's getting pretty much this Sabre here, the 9.0 Sabre, however with sidewinders. You can buy that as a premium. That's going to grind out towards your T2 Mitsubishi. You should be rewarding players that play, not just milking them of money. Now, the other thing is, with every single patch, it's shiny and new. With every single big update, it's shiny and new. And all of your little fanboys and fangirls will be just going around going quack, 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 pecking as much as they can, being, oh, it's amazing, Gaijin, you're so good, thank you for adding this vehicle. Oh my god, Gaijin-san, you're so amazing. No, bullshit. This needs to stop. This needs to fucking stop, because you're ruining the game. Now, another issue is that actually the general setup of vehicles. Now, you're adding the Type 74G into the game. Awesome. You're making it a premium. Fuck you. The reason I say that is because Japan has one top tier tank for its lineup. Now, the Type 74 is a good tank. The Type 74G will be a good tank. But it is not a 10.0. It does not compete with Abrams. It does not compete with an Abrams A1A1. It is simply not there. Now, Type 89, to be fair, I haven't actually played it, so I can't give an honest opinion. It's probably a good backup light tank as a scout. But as a main battle tank, Japan gets one vehicle. Now, the other thing with Japan is you'll notice there's no naval and there's no helicopters. So what happens when you're basically playing Japan is you get teamed with Germany a lot. Now, Germany does have some helicopters, which is kind of neat for them. However, their helicopters are terrible. Look, they're not terrible, but the BO-105s are not great helicopters compared to the American variants that they get. The Alouette is not the same as the Aero Cobra. The Mi-24 you get here, okay, that's kind of fair off. 9.7, again, it's a vehicle you have to grind out. This is 9.0. This helicopter is 9.0. Let's just look at the Alouette too. This is 9.0, right? You have got 4 machine guns strapped to this. 4 7.9, 7.62 machine guns. And then you have the rocket pods on there. This is 9.0. Whereas this is 8.0. And this, you can spawn in straight away with those Hydra rockets on board. You can spawn the Aerocobra, the AH-1G, into a game of 7.0 plus at the start of the match with those rockets on board. It will take out maybe 2 to 3 tanks before it is shot down. This is unbalanced and absolute wank. No other nation has an 8.0 helicopter. Yeah, balanced. Really good balancing there, guys. The Mi-4 is a terrible vehicle. This helicopter is woefully inadequate. This helicopter would actually be fine for 7.0. The only thing that makes it good is the fact that it gets some ATGMs, and that's the reason it's at 9.0. Now what you could do is make this 8.0 or 7.0. However, once you equip those ATGMs, it then becomes 9.0. If you're in a tank battle below a certain BR, then it just ranks you up. You could easily do this. You could make something similar like that, or just take away its ATGM. Just something, right? America has a ludicrously strong setup, right? Let's just look at their military division right now. So you've got the Premium Abrams, you've got the M1 Abrams, you've got the IPM1 Abrams, you have the MBT-XM, you have the MBT-70, you have the M601A1 Rise, which, okay, is not great, but this thing is okay, it's adequate, it will do the job. And generally you're not going to need it because you've got 3 fucking Abrams as backup tanks, you have 2 MBT-70s as backup tanks, and you have a fucking Aerocobra to start off your match with. It's not acceptable. You need to fix these problems. These are not things that just... This is not how you run a game. This is not a balanced game at all. You want this game to be all, oh yeah, it's balanced, it's good, it works. No, it's not. It's absolutely fucking broken. And nobody has the balls to speak up about it. None of the big channels will speak up about it because, you know, we don't want to lose our partnership. Well, fuck that. I don't care about partnerships. Yes, I have fucking 400 odd subscribers. Yes, I'm nothing. Yes, only like 30 people are going to watch this fucking video. But those 30 people will understand how fucking frustrated that video will probably get like 2 or 3 likes. But at least they will know somebody is out there trying to fucking fight for the right fight. Trying to fight the good fight against you, Gaijin. Because this is a game that should be good. This is a game that could be good. This is a game that would be good. If you just got your head out of your own asses, stopped smelling your own farts, looked at the gameplay and actually fixed shit. Made the game playable for people. Fuck, I don't know, add more matchmaking in there. Add better matches into the fucking game. Make it different from catching A, B and C. Add something that's actually a challenge. I don't know, stop it from being such a shit game, Gaijin, because at the moment you are doing a shit job at running this game. Yes, you're adding new features, but you're not fixing existing problems. There are existing problems all across the board. Fuck, the tail issue has been going on for about 3 or 4 patches now. If you don't know what the tail issue is, basically any plane you shoot, the tail will fucking just drop off instantly and the plane will just spin. This is an issue that the Lancaster has had for around about 3 fucking years. Do you know how I can tell it's that long? Because if you look back on my early videos, you will find the Lancaster tailspin bug. Because I made a video on it back then. You fixed that, but you fucked everything else up, Gaijin. Stop fucking shit up. Start fixing it. Stop with all the modern shit. Yes, it's cool, yes, it's flashy, yes, it's interesting. However, pad out the existing tech trees. Look at Italy, for fuck's sake, right? Italy aircraft. It's kind of okay-ish now, but still lacking a lot. Let's just look at the military, though. Holy shit, is this bad. The ground forces are terrible. There are huge gaps in the lineup. Fuck, add a Panther in there. Add the Elephant. Add a Jagdtiger, add a Jagdpanther. The Italians used them. The fucking Italians used them when they worked with the Germans. Once the armistice happened, it happened. If we look at France as well, same issue. You go from 5.0 to 6.0. There's a 5.7 in the ARL-44, which is a terrible fucking tank, which is really much higher than it should be. The only reason it's as high as it is because of the gun. Then you've got tanks like the M4A4SA50, which is a tank that shouldn't be 4.7, it should be at least 5.3, but you still haven't fucking fixed it. The same as the FL10, right? These tanks have ridiculously good guns, yet stay as they are. What about the Hellcats? What about the Hellcats? You know, again, tanks that really overperform, but you keep them at their levels, because if you moved them, you would upset the community a lot. The last issue I'm going to have, because I'm fucking ranting like a motherfucker tonight, is naval. You've done fucked up, Gaijin. I don't need to tell you, you know. Ships need to have fire prevention equipment and parts as standard. It is bullshit that they don't. Let's just jump to Russia quickly and take out the Kranty Cream. Let's test sail it. Right? Now say we just got this cruiser, right? There's no fucking point in playing cruisers because they have a ludicrously high repair cost. Their repair cost is more than you earn in a naval match, but that's another story. Okay, let's just turn off the guns for a second. Okay, so what happens, right? We spawn in, and the enemy naval ships are over there, right? The enemy light cruisers are around about 10 kilometers away, or 15 kilometers away. What happens? They fire their guns. Salvo out, might cause damage, probably going to set a fire. If it sets a fire, that ship is fucked because it has no fire prevention equipment. If we get hit by a fucking shell, fuck, it could be a shell from a patrol boat for all it matters, but if we get hit by that shell, we are fucked because we have no fire prevention equipment. Say that ship hits us in the transmission back here. See this section here with the propellers? If we get hit there, we can't repair it. We're dead in the water. Then we get caught on fire. And that's our game. And then we die. That's naval combat. Right? When I talk about the prices as well, cruisers are ridiculously fucking priced because you do not earn that money back. Right? Cruiser cost 17,000 lions, 18,000 lions. Let's just look at Germany. The Kolb, 22,000 lions. The Emden, 22,000 lions. On average, in a naval match, you're going to earn around about 20 to 30,000 lions. If you play two cruisers in that game and they both get sunk, because they will, you're out around about 10 to 15,000 lions. Even if you fucking win. It makes no fucking sense, Gaijin. And as I said, I'm running one of your fucking premium accounts as well. I buy premium time. 132 days left, right? I buy it. I use it. It's fucking worthless though. What's the point in premium time? You don't really give anything better for premium time anyway. Look what premium gets you. 100% research. 50% lions. 100% lions for rewards for random battle time in random battle times. 50% reward in game modes, right? Allows you for more than 2 players in a squad. Oh wow! Increases the limit of dynamic campaign missions which give a reward. 4 decal slots. Oh, thank you fucking Gaijin. 4 decal slots. Let's look at dynamic campaign quickly. Let's just quickly look at the dynamic campaign. Because, you know, let's just go for, I don't know, Battleport maybe. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Let's just jump to Britain and 1945, and let's just do this, right? A dynamic campaign gives you fuck all, right? The reward for it is fuck all. Planes are randomised, so you can't level out a plane with it. If you need to get, say, I don't know, a different ammunition belt for the plane, you can't fucking do it. Can't take a ship into these matches either to grind out, you know, fire prevention or parts. I'm literally fucked. You cannot do this. It's fucking ridiculous. This is why players are leaving your fucking game, right? This is why players are not coming back to the game. Because you keep fucking up. You keep making the game absolute bullshit. You keep adding these ridiculous costs. You add fucking premiums, constant premiums. Yet you forget the regular tech tree. Fuck. In some nations, there are better premiums than there are vehicles in the regular tech tree. Let's look at Italy, for instance. The M26, fucking 6.7 BR. Why? Because it has an APCL shell that the American one doesn't get. Whoop-de fucking doodah. let's all just have a party. You can't even be fucked with this because, you know, it's just going to take too long. But, you know, generally in that you're going to get, what, probably about 5 to 10,000 lines as a reward. You're not really going to get much at all. It's not really worth fucking doing it. It's a lot of effort for no real reward. And you can't even take the vehicles you want to use in it. Now, as I was talking about ground there, just the M26 here, right? This M26 is 6.7. It has one thing better than the American variant, and that is an extra APCR shell that does fuck all. It's probably got about 10mm of extra pen. Sweet fuck all. Yet 6.7. However, if you buy the premium variant, it's 6.3, and then it goes nicely with your 6.3 lineup, and then you're all good to go. However, if you don't buy the premium like the naughty boy you are, then you have to use a 6.7, and then you don't have a very good lineup. You have to wait a bit. Vehicles get moved around. Now, the T106 Fiat here is now a little bit higher VR, 6.7. Great. So we get a Fiat with 2 recoilless rifles and an M26 at 6.7. Then at 7.7 we get an M47. Yay. Then we finally get some interesting vehicles. But sweet fucking Christ, Gaijin, this is not a fucking this is not a finished tech tree. This is not finished. France is not fucking finished. Look at the gap between AAA here. The P70AA is absolutely fucking ludicrous, right? The fuck? Seriously? What the fuck are you guys smoking? Because I would love some. Right? Japan. Right? Japan hasn't received much love at all. Japan almost has more premiums than it does regular fucking tanks. It's actually got more worthwhile premiums than it does regular tanks, because generally the Japanese tanks you neglect, you fuck up, right? Yes, the Chai-Tos are good, the Chai-Mu is good, the Chai-Ri is decent, but there is such huge gaps between tanks. Like, seriously, why? Why do you have this? The whole thing about, oh, we don't want to add paper tanks, bullshit, because you've added the Hori. That was a fucking paper tank, right? You've added paper tanks into the game. Fucking just accept it. Just tell the community, yes, we're doing it. Because there's no point in fucking hiding it like you're currently doing, because you just keep digging a hole deeper and deeper for yourselves. You keep lying about shit. We're never going to have supersonic planes in the game. Supersonic planes. Never going to have air-to-air missiles, never gonna have cruisers, we've got cruisers, never gonna have heavy cruisers, we're getting a fucking heavy cruiser. For fuck's sake, guys, get your act together. Alright, this is me, Screwzilla. Leave a comment below. Do not buy any premium stuff. Tell Gaijin with your wallet, because that's the only way they're fucking gonna listen. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.